So, I mean, technically, I mean, picture is, took a small shot here and see if we could, with the butterfly, if we could, I mean, it's okay. I mean, but we just kind of so range bound. Is this is definitely the ideal strategy for a butterfly, especially when you have an inside week, but it just depends how where you select the body of the butterfly. So what we're gonna do now is we have an inside bar. I mean, we have almost what, 2 more weeks, right? With the trade. So I know we're gonna have a lot of earnings coming up, but next week we're gonna watch 67.24, okay, the high of this week, and we're gonna watch 65.55, okay? So the next 2 weeks, right, on that butterfly that we have open, we want to make sure, like we want to make sure. I mean, the only way the butterfly will play out is if the price pushes lower and close below the 65.50 strike. Okay. So we're right so the low of this week was 65.55. If the price breaks higher, okay, so we're at 66.64, and if the price end up going higher, I'm gonna have to cut the trade. Okay. So just keep that thing in mind. The theta is just gonna start going negative, and we don't wanna go through. The only other thing is I can move it higher, let's say to close this one, and then instead of making a 66 body, I can make a 65.50, the body of the fly. We can do that as well. I can just like, push it up to 50 points. The other thing I can do, but I don't know if it is gonna break. If it's gonna break, it's the price gonna push higher. And keep that thing in mind because once you have a higher bar, so we're gonna watch these two levels next week. Okay, so it's nothing heavy. I don't know. I mean, how much did you guys size up on those trades and stuff? But we just gonna just watch 67.24. That will be the answer. And if it end up going lower, well, I mean, um, that will be perfect. So, I mean, I I structure that thing based off this low. You see, this is 65.50 of this sell-off. So is to for the butterfly to play out, basically, so it has the bearish tilt to it. So if the price does kind of roll over, takes out this low, and then we're gonna be good. But this week wasn't the case. We just kind of stayed range bound, but we still got 2 more weeks. So um we're not um uh, getting hurt on time either, because that's the beauty of the butterfly, is at least it kind of keeps you theta positive. So you are directional, willing to take the directional bet either to the downside and to the upside, but it keeps you theta positive. So it's not costing you any time. So we'll see what happens. So this structure right there is how perfectly it is working 3 for 3, So we'll see how it goes. But now if we would take these patterns, let's say this first yellow box, right? The price ended up going higher. We take this yellow box, price ended up going higher. Now here we are now in a third box. So we had, you know, prices broke higher the next week based on these previous two yellow boxes. So the only way we're gonna find out that if S&P will break 6724 next week. Okay, so then it means that it will confirm that this is identically, basically it is, it's just like it's the bullish move, right? And then this is the just the pause and then the continuation. So in this case right there, the same thing. You see the outside bar, higher bar, outside bar, higher bar, outside bar, higher bar. So those three times here that everybody was, uh, got excited over the week that we have a bearish reversal pattern, but that just, no, not this one, the green ones, that all end up going higher, you know? So this is a very interesting pattern that which I highlighted, and we've been tracking this thing since last Monday. So I was just every time when there is kind of like a big kind of shakeout happens, I always kind of pay attention to kind of see like where do we what how many times that has happened before, So I just like look for these outside bars. Those are outside bars are always going to have volatility. Okay, always. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, Crypto Nightmare. I made this folder now. So this way we will have this. Um, I know some of you are, we're always kind of like tracking Bitcoin. So I do watch them on a future market most of the time. It's easier. Um, but I mean, we have this. So what you're looking at here is we have what coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I put this the ETF, IBIT, and the scams chart. So here's a rotation. I mean, you can clearly see, okay, this is the weak one, MSTR, right? You see like how where this one is compared to the other ones, right? Is because we know the reason why. Every time when the Bitcoin is going to roll over, this is the one that's going to take the biggest hit, okay? Because he's all leveraged. He has a much bigger downside risk compared to coin and all the other ones. So because he's fully leveraged, right? So the rotation right there, which is rotating out, I mean, it's going to take few days, okay, for this rotation to again to start to, I don't know how much further it's going to push. We don't know that, but we will watch, on day-to-day basis to see how the session goes. And then when it's starting to to give me that angle what I'm looking for, right? If it's gonna pop up on a scanner, and then when it will meet with the buy signal, right? And then we'll this is when we will think about buying something here. I will trade this IBIT. This is the because this goes side by side. This just mirrors exactly the Bitcoin spot price. Okay. So if you want to have a Bitcoin exposure, meaning that you want to just because this one is Bitcoin can pop like let's say 3,000 points or so, right? This one will pay. This sucker can still stay flat, either negative. So does this. But the ETF, the IBIT, is going to give you that exact move. How the Bitcoin will you see like the rotation right there? Even the chart is going to work the same way. I'm going to put this thing up on the top. We could do left scale IBIT. You see? Now watch this yellow line, the green line. You see how it trade? So it follows the same Bitcoin price. I mean, this is an ETF. It's just like a 60.60, whatever the price. Yeah, $60. So it trails it. Now, if I will do, let's do MSTR. Look at this one. You see the spread between this? It's much weaker. Make this a little bit. See? Now you have to look at this, that you see how much the Bitcoin moved, like from here to here, right? That was what, a 16% move. And that's when the Bitcoin had ended up making a new high, right? Look where the MSTR is. Didn't make a new high. So it really doesn't trade. There's no correlation between the MSTR and the coin with the Bitcoin spot price. There is none. I mean, there is, you're going to see it. The exact correlation of the spot price of a Bitcoin works with the IBIT. See, this green line right there made a new high. So does the Bitcoin right there. It's going to trail exactly the same direction of the Bitcoin. But MSTR and the coin on and all the other whatever garbage cryptos are out there, none of them follows this correlation except for the IBIT. We traded once. We did a trade on that one. This is the one that I watch. So I mean, right now you look at the Bitcoin chart and you can look at the IBIT chart. They're identical, same charts with the price. You can just put them side by side. So if we just want to go long, well, that's the way to go. IBIT, you know, over to play the same exact move, any upside or to the downside. So just to keep that thing in mind, I know just we've been, I've been, I mean, technically looking at the MSTR chart, thinking like, yeah, this thing is gonna go to the moon and this, but after reading and watching, paying like just looking at the way what he's doing, I'm just not a big fan of it. I want to buy a healthy company with this, not ones that you just fully leveraged and you just telling everyone to the world that there's no downside risk, that I'm borrowing, like people giving me billions of dollars, which I don't even have to pay it back. It just, it just doesn't, something just doesn't click right, you know? So it just, I don't like that. So that's why I said like, you know what? No, I'm just like, you keep buying for the money that you don't even have. A healthy business is what? It has a strong cash flow and it doesn't have too much debt, right? But the companies do have debt and then they end up, financing it back and do those convertible bonds and things like this. So they just, whatever debt they have, they're willing to just roll over. But overall, you can see there, see how the business has been growing and things like this. But can you say that thing about this? This guy is like buried in in debt, but he just wants to be the number one top guy that he has the most Bitcoin in the world for the money he doesn't even have. It just, I mean, whatever. So there's nothing bullish about it, I mean, this is 103. All the swings are down, first of all. Okay, so we have a swings down, we have everything is rotating out. So it's going to take some time. It doesn't mean that it's not going to give us another. This is whatever the pullback or whatever the crash or whatever you want to call it, right? It's going to eventually, we'll find support somewhere. And then if the rotation's starting to improve, and then if I will catch a buy signal, then we'll go long. Until then, I'm just not touching it. That's all. That's just my answer. So we just simply wait. Okay. Um, I'm gonna just I mark this one, put them as a crypto. So we will track this on a daily basis. So we got coin here. Coin is still okay. It's not taking as much as that big of a beating. You can see like this is the 50 EMA, this is the 200. So the price is just kind of pulling back. But if you look at this move down here, which was 34.5% for 23 days, I mean, this swing right there, this is the higher low. Okay. Sorry, lower high. Um, this is the high right there. This is the lower high. So we need to watch 303 and 291. Okay. So this is a zone we're gonna watch because this is where the previous swing low was, 303 and 291. And the 291 is where we have the 200 EMA as well. So there's a lot of support here in this zone. Okay. So which is it's right, it's starting to pull back right between this 50 and 200 EMA as well. You know, I call this a sandwich trade. It's just when the price just literally bounce back and forth. So if it continues, I mean, this doesn't look good. I mean, it's still got room to run here. So there's a pretty good chance that whatever bounce happens here, it eventually find its way down. So we're gonna watch this to see what happens, you know? Now the guys are the 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 ones who's calling a 250,000 price tag in the next 75 days. I mean, that's just going to be an extreme move, you know, for that kind of a short period of time for price to up to 250, according to whatever the Tom Lee. Um, I mean, anything can happen, you know. I mean, I mean, things can turn around. But Bitcoin is pretty volatile, as you all know. But this kind of a beating Bitcoin just had, I mean, look at this. Bitcoin doesn't even have a single higher bar for the last 11 days. This is the high, this is the low, right? This was the flush right there, which was last Friday. You see the Friday 10th? So it took that flush, got a bit of a bounce, rejected at that 50, and then every single like these 5 days, one, two, three, like this week, you see like every single day has been making lower lows every day. So it's due for some sort of a bounce. I know that, but it's just now you can compare it like where this thing is going and how the price is reflecting based off this. So you always gotta this is a great tool to have, but if you know you gotta adjust it right, um, then it has to wait. That's all I can say. I mean, there's nothing here to chase. downswing, I mean, rotation looks like this. I mean, there is absolutely nothing to. It doesn't mean that it cannot bounce 2, 3,000 points. It will, because it's kind of due for it because it took such a, you know, um, um, we just look at the time. We're still okay on a time. It's just it's a bigger decline on a percentage base. But if you look at the time, look at this one. It was 18 days for this swing. This is only 11. This one is 13.8%. This is 17.8. I mean, you can find the big ones, but if you pay attention, like if you notice Bitcoin from whatever 7,500, right? 74,000. So from 74,000, look at all the downswing based on a percentage. This is the biggest one, 17.8. We haven't had any swing, as you can see, from this low, which was April low. So now if we just kind of, I can do this to see how the year is going. That's it. This is a year low, which was the April 7, and this is the high, right? Now you look at here is this is the largest percentage move downswing compared to all the other ones that you can see here. There's nothing here moving from here to here has pulled back 17.8. If you ask me, I mean, I can be wrong. If you ask me for the next 2.5 months, Bitcoin run is done for a while. For this year, I think Bitcoin top is in here. Unless we make a full V-shaped reversal, that's the it's a very hard call to make. But a largest percentage decline from here, from 75,000 to 126,000. I mean, Bitcoin can easily end the year by going like this, chop around here sideways for an extended period of time. Yeah, once you have a largest percentage decline, is thing is gonna you're gonna you know doesn't mean that this is gonna be the top and the Bitcoin will never gonna see the top again. It will, but it's just this correction is gonna take some time to complete the course. So in case, I mean, I don't know if you simply make the case this um, just for an ABC move, if you wanted to make. Now, I don't even know where the low is, first of all. That's because we need to see some sort of a bounce. So whenever the bounce will happen, so we're just simply gonna watch for at least a 50% retracement, you know? So we're just gonna take our retracement off this low, put it up here. And we're just gonna see like, okay, where it will find resistance. This is gonna be your lower high swing. I mean, based off this low, here's your 78.6 sitting at 121. In order to make a case of 127 back to the new highs, you need to take out this, you know? So if you have initial drop here for 17.8%, which is the largest percentage drop, okay, that means days after day of if first right now we don't even have a good rotation in play. Now, eventually when the swing will turn up, okay, Once we will have a swing turn up, and if we will do get some sort of a bounce here, we're just gonna have to see like, okay, does it, where does it fail? And Bitcoin works really good with fibs. So if it does manage to rally to 114 or 117, somewhere around here, that can take several weeks. So if you have this decline, then you measure this, that gives you a 100% move, just for a measured move. So you have a first initial decline. It depends where it fails. Now you could just simply take this high. Now if you, let's say the price fails here, okay, at 114. So your downside is 92. If it fails here, 117, your downside is 95. If it fails here at 121, your downside 98. So it all depends where the price will start to roll over. You can just simply measure two simple move. Measure this, project it from the high, which is going to be a lower high swing. That gives you an exact 100% measured move. So we don't know that. I mean, but I'm technically, I don't like this. This is a pretty huge, uh, you know, um, the very huge percentage range. So since the April low. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna watch. Um, if it's gonna be a due for some sort of an ABC, definitely gonna, we're definitely gonna buy it. But the thing is this is the daily rotation here. Now, if you're gonna watch the weekly rotation, it's horrible. It's just, if you would have asked me, it's a very tough call to make for a Bitcoin to run. That 245 or 250,000 price tag in the next 75 is just, it's going to be a miracle. If that happens, that means that the price trailed higher, ignoring the entire momentum that we're seeing right here in the RRG. So we're going to at least try to play this bounce. I mean, I will do it with the IBIT. So I'm watching that one. So there's going to be some sort of a buy signal trigger eventually when the swing turns up. So I'll trade this one. But again, this is going to be a pure Bitcoin side by side price anyway. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. See how it goes. So it just, you see right there, same thing. 17.4% drop took 9 days. Now, this is the largest percentage drop, as you can see. This is 24 here. Where's the April low? Yeah, this is April right there. April 7. So from April, see 9.8, 12, 8. See, this is the largest percentage drop. So always got to pay attention to these ranges, and then it's going to give you that exact time. So whenever the bounce happens for the next 2, 3, 4 days, you see these are the bounces right there, 4 days. So it was down for 9, bounced for 4, down for 7, you know? So if you just say like, okay, if we measure this one, take this high, this low, see, exact 100% to the penny, and then the price bounced back up. So this is with the double, closed, yeah, call it a double top rejection right there. Then it made its way up. I don't know if it's They're running a downside liquidity, but I don't I don't like this. This is huge. I know trend changes and I'm very good with swings. I know how the time and um the the ranges works, so you have a 16.5%. So you rallied for 7 days nonstop for 16.6, and you took a 9-day reversal for 17.4. I mean, you can, if you look at the swing right there, that's just it's the higher highs and higher lows, and we don't have that now. This is the low conformed. See that the line just turned red after this low. See right there. So your resistance right now is this area right there, 61. So we closed yesterday at 59. So any bounces is gonna come, this area is gonna become a resistance. It can kind of poke above a little bit here, but it's gonna back off. It's gonna spend a couple days because you take out the previous swing low, you see like this low right there ended up with a wick. Not this one. It was a wick right there, but look where the price closed here on Thursday. But yesterday, you have a fully open body of the candle. You have an open and a close, and you have a high and a low below this range. So, and this line right there turned red. So we're gonna watch. We'll see what happens. I mean, based off the rotation, there's nothing attractive for me to be super get excited about. Hey, I want to buy this. I'll simply buy when we're gonna have a buy signal. Simple as that. Some of these minerals.
Sorry, Mo, on the rotation there, would you mind to just add for future BMNR? It's the largest Ethereum MicroStrategy type of, it's Tom Lee's company.
What is it called?
BMNR. Bitmine, I think it is.
Yeah, in that case, can you add ETHA? That's Ethereum spot ETF.
Yeah.
This one? ETHA?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do options on the ETHA. It's very liquid.
Okay, they're right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, just um uh 2020 2022 price action for close mid. On a Bitcoin, no, I mean it can go back. You want to go 2022 all the way back here? I mean, if you look at it like how Bitcoin forms tops, it really like look right there. So you have initial drop, right? Price made a move higher. Look at this high, and it it backed off, tried another time, backed off again, made a new high here. But you see, like it doesn't really make move. Basically, like make more room to the upside. It's what normally priced at, like that, like the S&P that we're looking at, right? It's like these are not healthy breakouts. But look at the drawdown here then. It's just always gotta just hide these labels. Now look at this, all these highs here. You see, Yeah, Bitcoin highs are very weird. Look right there. You see? We're doing the same thing. You like a price that like let's do, see? That's how the breakout happens. You see the drop, price came back near this high. See how much room that you make into the upside? This is what you call a breakout, meaning this what they call the pivot breakout. So anywhere you have a swing high and a swing low, that's where the pivot is formed. But then when you go back to these ones, the Bitcoin, it doesn't have those healthy continuation to the upside after the breakout. I was watching this thing the other day as well. I was like, this thing is just weird. Like you see right there, it gives so like because the price has made a higher high, right? But then you just don't see the further continuation. That's what it's technically supposed to do. And it fails. All of these tops that if you notice, you know, how the swing, like the initial drop, price recovered, gives everybody a big hope for continuation from there, took a drawdown. It just I've seen like if you like actual study that, I mean, we're going way back here, but looking at prices from what 15,000 low, I mean, just it's very weird. Like let's look at this one. You see this high right there at 30,000, and then this one is just 73, just stay down for a long period of time. Look at this one. And here we are again. We're like, it just, it doesn't run further. Every time it takes the dip, price comes back, reaches that point right there, and then just after several days, it's just rejected. Look, see, like, because what happens is that what has happened before, that happens one time. When it happens two times in a row, you're gonna have a very high probability, okay, that is gonna happen again. Every every price chart has its own personality. But the only way you're gonna find out when you study the chart. You don't just like sit in here calling like, okay, well, I'm just fighting this swing down right now to see where does it find a potential floor. I could manage to play a bounce. Okay. So you just want to play a correction. So if you wanted to play a correction, that's just a shorter term swing trading mentality right there. Now, if you just say like, well, I wanted to buy something, okay, and I wanted to ride this thing up, I mean, looking at the chart, yes, the Bitcoin has a very steady run. There's no doubt. We can all see that. It has several dips, but then it eventually recovers back up. It's not like that these green lines has never turned red. They have been turned red several times along the way here. But the only thing that you have to pay attention and notice is these tops, how it forms, that which I just circled these ones. So, I mean, if we just simply measured some of these moves here, like, okay, what if this has happened three times in a row, can it happen here the fourth time? Is possible. I mean, it has a lot of swing directions here. Now, if you just simply measure a measured move, this is 31 from this high right there. This one is 32. You see how close how they match? Take this one is 20. Okay. So if the Bitcoin event right now is at what, 17.9 or whatever. So I mean, they're all not in a straight line as you can see it. It has a lot of back and forth swing, but this is just from peak to trough. Okay. So which is a 30% run to the downside. See, it's the same thing that just said, like the pay attention to the top, and then you have the same thing. You see 32% here, 31% here. Price end up going back higher. So it's same thing here. Price end up going making new highs. I mean, if we like looking at the rotation on the daily and on the weekly, I mean, there is a pretty good chance that we might, after a couple bounces, we'll make our way back again to 31% again, minimum, because it's been happened twice again. So, so we'll see. I mean, this is the 200 moving average right there. So as you can see right there, like how many times, look at the massive wick right there, like how many times price has been bounced around here, gives it the huge um, break, like, like hope that the price is gonna hold this 200 rejected. You see, like how price traded here, this is a nightmare, to trade. But each day by day, you just keep thinking like, yeah, price is holding the 200, is not really actually closing below it. It's just fighting for it right now, That's for several days. It'll give you like, okay, now it's completely bearish because now the price is trading below the 200. I mean, it is a hit, like, technically speaking, is yes, anything closes below is definitely 100% bearish, but it can stay down for a couple days if the sell-off is pretty extreme, and then if the Bitcoins or any price sold off pretty hard when you have an RSI which is completely oversold. I mean, it's gonna give that bounce. Price will, will get some sort of a bounce back up. So it just depends. Like if we take this swing low right there to this high, you just simply take this. Now where does it fail? 50%. You see, backed off again, came back again to 50, then made another lower low. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not, you know, but I'm not a buyer of Bitcoin. So get that thing out of your head that I'm gonna buy something. Leave the way it is and see what happens here. Yeah, I read that thing and the guy says like I should sell my grandma house. But I was like, no, I don't think it's just that I could say like I'm ready to sell my kidney to buy a Bitcoin. No, that's just I need this is no. Mm-mm. Not with the downswings and stuff. If the swing turns up and stuff and the rotation's starting to improve, there is time. There is definitely time. If this rotation can complete its course in the next week or two by the end of October, we have November, December, right? Keep that thing in mind. If this rotation is starting to turn around in the next 2, 3 weeks, there is a possibility that it all depends on the volume and all the buyers that they're willing to push this price hard if we will catch the momentum here. So that's not the case right now. So we're gonna watch and see, what happens. So we have time. So we're not running out of time yet. We still have November, we still have December. So I don't think this entire rotation will stay down for another 2.5 months. So we have 2 more weeks in this month, and then we have 2 more months to end the year. I mean, we're gonna have with the holidays in between as well, with the Thanksgiving and all that. So the winter break and things like this. So then volume just kind of starting to cool off. So not too many um, big bets are comes on a board basically at the close to the year end. Everybody's gonna close out the year, and when the new year starts, and that's when the new money will come into play. Minerals are okay. There's few I noticed. I don't even know any of these companies. This one is, I know the MP, the 417%. Jeez. Rotation wise, everything is all good except for these twos are, and this is still back there. Whatever it is, what is this? Wheaton Precious Metal, and this Franco Nevada Corporation. So these two right there are, which is yeah, Franco Nevada. See, the swing is down. So this one is cooling off. Um, and then this the MP. Where is the? I don't see MP here. Did I put the MP here? Okay, there you go. It's up there. It's good. The MP has a much better relative. Even the fact it has a swing down, but the rotation is pretty strong. So this pullback is gonna, this swing is gonna be very shallow, right there. Crazy run. Yeah, it has to make some room to the upside. Geez, 417%. See, it's been pretty range bound since August. You see, so it's just right there to this low. See, the price is kind of range bound, just made a U. Got this breakout. This close should have stayed above yesterday. The swing is down now. You see, you got the three lower down. This. You see, you got three lower bars. One, two, three. See the swing turn down. So we gotta watch. You're gonna. I mean, I don't trade this, but watch this low to 61 to 65. So there's your 4 point window right here. So that's the high for this 82.50. That's what has a double top. And the price managed to go up to 100. First you can do is, instead of making all this, let's make it simple. Run a swing from here to here, and then run another one from here to here. It's going to give you the zones. There you go. So what you can do is, this is your first zone, and this is your second zone, and this is your third zone. That's going to be a big one. Right there. This is your zone. 80, 78 to 80. This is exactly where the thing was tested. 80, what is that low? Was 78.80. This one was 78.82, almost to the penny. This zone right there extends because now the swing is down. So it could give a bounce for a day and two, for one day. And if the price comes back down, you gotta watch this one. The swing is down. So this 72 to 76 area. If this thing holds, right? So what you can do here, you don't have to go that far. Switch and draw. Take this low, this to this. Now, this higher high had a throwover, which is fine because it had the double top. And the price came back, made a mean reversion, they call it, back inside the channel. right? So you gotta watch this area right here for this price to find a potential floor and then it's make his way up. But the rotation is looks good, so you shouldn't expect a lot of weakness here because it's not something the rotation is like from weakening coming down this way. So the momentum is strong. So this area right there, let's do I don't know where the 50 is. Okay, there you go. That's your 50 right there, 70. So if it does it's at 21.4, if it, now the swing is down anyway. So if it's starting to kind of crawl back down toward this area near the 50 zone, I think it's gonna be a good area for a bounce or whatever, you know. So whatever. I don't trade none of these stocks. I made that this guy wants to made me make a nuclear sector and a mineral stocks. I have them here. Rest of them are all good except for the four of them are down. So when the swing is down, there is nothing to look to the upside. Okay, you got to put this thing in your head. Do not ask me to run anything to the upside with the downswing. This is what the direction is. When you have a swing that is up, like one of these, whatever I don't even know what is that, royal gold, and the swing is still up, the swing is up. We're all gonna look up. Okay, in this case right there, you got a support right here, previous retest, got a bounce. This thing looks like an ending diagonal right there. Ugh, that's why I got a pretty sharp pullback. Ooh, see like how the price is contracting. Yeah, this is never a good sign because price pushed so much higher. I don't look and study these charts. I'm just giving you a see right there, the contraction right there. And look how the reversal coming. The healthy trend is like this. Price goes up, pulls back. That's the continuation right here. And then when you have a stock that moves too fast, it end up going into a diagonal. That's when the price trying to contract. Like you have a run like this. See, we talked about the fifth wave. So you have a one, two, three, four, and the ending diagonal only forms in a wave five. So instead of five waves here, which can be a motive wave, it could form something like this. If it end up going like this in a diagonal, you can see with the two converging lines, that these are the ones that reverse sharply to the downside. Because the prices are contracting in converging in a very narrow wedge pattern. So that wedge pattern at the very top always reverses pretty sharply to the downside. So if you simply wants to label this from here to here, you can just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your five-way move. So what happens after 5 waves? ABC, right? After every 5 waves, we have an ABC. So whatever the ABC correction will complete, then you look for another 5 waves to the upside. So you want to put 1 here, 2 here, A here, B here. It really doesn't matter. I mean, these stocks are not that old for you to run some sort of a cycle degree wave count. You simply go with an ABC move. It just doesn't have enough data. These probably just break and like made it a move in one single year, as in, wasn't moving as much for like years after years. Cycle degree counts are like Microsoft, Apple, like, these companies that have been around for such a long time. But these kind of some hype stocks. So what's the nuclear sector? Nuclear got four of them are down now. You got ETN. I like this one. Um, we traded this one, I believe, once with the Oracle and they reported earnings. GE, Nano, and I don't know these companies, whatever. So these four of them are down. So VST right there, we can see, you see this rotation went up, rejected. That's a rejection. So you got a VST here, ETN is right here, you see, is weakening. So we have TLN right there. See, it's weakening right there. Swing is down, weakening. See how it confirms? So you got ETN, TLN, VST, and GEV. So GEV right there, you see has a swing down. Even the fact that the RRG is giving you this, you see this is the weak one. See, I always got it's the same thing that we're dealing with Amazon. Rotation looks promising, but at the same time, the swing direction is down. It's exactly the same thing is happening with Amazon. Rotation looks very promising, but the direction of the swing is down. The direction of the swing has to confirm the RRG. This is the reason I am not. I took a shot at the Amazon on a 1 hour signal. We got a bit of a pop, at the open, and I set a price target at 219, and we end up going at 218.59. That was the high, and a couple hours later we just make a full rug pull. I was like, oh geez. So I end up cutting at like what 8 cent loss. I was like, signal fail. This when I send out the alert, I even wrote it. I was like, it's gonna have a very tight stop loss. So when I will send out the alert and you see me saying that it will have a very tight stop loss, it means that that signal is based on a 1 hour time window. Okay. So we're just trying to play a counterplay bounce because we know the daily swing is down anyways. We've been talking about Amazon. We will take a look at them. But it's just I was watching a certain support and then I was kind of like then I waited and signal triggered. I was like, you know what, let's play this one to see if we can play the bounce. So we end up holding it overnight. Next day we got a bit of a rally and we're kind of getting real close to the target. I was like, okay, it's gonna hit it. We're almost there. I was up like $300 or so on a trade. And I was like, okay, well, next bar I think is gonna be lower, I guess. So we'll just wait and see what I mean. Overall market doesn't look bad at all. I was like, and it's due for some sort of a bounce. Well, then a couple hours later, there goes some sort of a news came or whatever, and I believe on the cooking oil that he's putting a tariffs on, and the market rolled over again on that thing. It went all the way back down to the entry, and then the buy signal disappeared because the price poked right into the to the low of the bar. So I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm not holding it. And then yesterday it ended up going down another 3-4 points. So it just I bought shares yesterday on Amazon as a starter. Um no option position yet, but we'll go with the option. Um but here's Amazon. So I don't even know what the heck is it. You see right there. Why this thing I'll change. Amazon has been pretty under pressure for a while. Okay. The only reason why you have to look at this way, I was watching this. It got hit with a sell signal here on this bar, which was September 12th. Okay. On a weekly time frame. Weekly sell signals are nasty, you know. It's the only that the time with the time frame that these signal works really good. And then here this was on September 12th, which was the Friday, right, of the close on the weekly close. This one right here on September 16th, okay, on the same day, you see it's double sell signal right there on 2 time frame. And since then, I mean, this thing has been puking nonstop. Okay. So I don't have, well, it's not going to give you anything until price starting to, bounce a little bit or whatever. Swing is down, as you can see, daily and weekly, side by side. Both of them has the bigger sell signals right there. They kind of based off on the back in September, on the 16th or whatever. The price is under pressure, and we'll see what happens. I'm not really liking the close on a weekly this week, you see, because it's below the band. Okay. See the divergence right there. And then it's been trailing higher and higher and higher. It came back down to kind of retest the 20. It managed to go back up again, right? Look at the close yesterday. And if this band makes that conversion like this, well, I mean, Amazon got room to puke. So keep that thing in mind. So I'm gonna give you a reason why I bought 25 shares yesterday. Now, if we go back here to the rotation, it's right there. You see, it's starting to flat, like it doesn't have this angle like this. We want this angle pointing up. You see like how it is bending from the last 4 days? Like this was yesterday, a day before, this was a day before, like the last 3 days. See, it's starting to flattening. See, this 9 is ready to go sideways. It need to point up, right? I'm watching this to see if it from the last 4 days, okay, for this week that it has. Look at this last 4 days. Retest of a 200, put a wick, closed here, wick, close here, wick, close here. Yesterday, this almost closed right there at that 200. It's fighting that 200 really hard. Okay. Even the fact that this is not a very good close below this band, at the same time, it is fighting this 200 here. Okay. So next week, what I wanted to see is one thing that first, it's been down for 4 weeks. Okay, that's 4. Second thing is we wanted to see if it can hold this until earnings, right? Because once it's starting to break like this, I mean, you breaking 200, it's gonna spend several days to make a room down to the downside. And then whatever bounce is gonna come back is gonna hit the wall. Always gonna be like this. Every time when the price breaks below the 200, it's gonna make room to the downside for several days. So then every time when then the price does manage to get a bounce, it's gonna hit that 200 again, reject again, because it was broken before. So you got a red line here. You see from here. So the key point, the key close you have to watch is this 215.91, roughly like 216. Okay, it can reverse, but you see, it's been down for 11.6%. It was down for 5 weeks now. B5. So you have total 5 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's been down for 11.6%. Stock is negative for year to date. I mean, this is a monster company, but it's just there's no news coming out of Amazon at all. You know, there's no any hard sell rating on them either. So I guess earning reversal is another only possibility that we could make a case, but it's fighting this pivot, there's a line right there that you see, okay? And that's the only reason that I picked up right at the close 25 shares just to start off to see, okay, if I'm well aware of it, the price can come back down. I can live with 25 shares, not a big deal. Um, but it needs to sort of like give some sort of a bounce. It's due for one, but we don't have a buy signal yet, but which can come when, well, we don't know that. It's working. But if we go back here to this screen, we don't have it yet. So it just is still under the same sell signal you see from this September 10. See September 10 here on this sell off right there. And that triggers this one, September 16. This is September 9th. Oh, they were pretty close. Yeah, so the rotation definitely was looking promising, and I was like, I'll take a swing just to kind of dip my toes to test the water um on the hourly, but that will end up going flat. So we'll see if it's the point is this, that it is very difficult and hard to fight the downswing. Okay, just keep that thing in mind. I know that people have the like, oh, I want to buy, I want to be a little nimble, and I just want to start my entry and this. It's just like basically just like you're literally not a disciplined trader at all. You just are like you just have that that formal thinking is like you figure it out where the low is. I want to throw my money in, and I'm gonna hope for the best to see if the price can turn around because I want to be the early, I want to be the first guy. It just that's now how, it's hard to throw money on the board. Is to buy something that there's no buy here. Buy something when the swing is down. Buying something when the rotation doesn't look good. So then why are you buying? Why we cannot buy something that has everything what we're looking for? Because it's a one big name. What do you think that it could bounce for a day or two and then you say like, oh, I missed that bounce? So you just playing the bounce, or do you say like, well, I want to just ride this thing up for an extended period of time? I don't know. Like everybody has different mindset. If you're playing bounces, well, we can play those bounces on an hourly chart all day long. If you want to play a counter trend moves, so you're talking about like catching 2, 3 points. Those are like those small trades. They're gonna work really fast. They can have a very tight stop losses. Okay, on those swing, you can do those. I don't waste my time doing that. They're more risky swings because they change direction much faster because they're on a smaller time frame. And throwing capital on a trade that could, of course, it can work out and it can go against you, but it's gonna kick you out pretty quick if the swing turns back down, on the hourly time frame. You just like fighting a smaller time frame, you don't deploy a same amount of capital, but you look into the bigger picture and you say like, okay, weekly swing is down, daily swing is down. RRG doesn't give that confirmation what we're looking for. We don't have a buy signal here, but oh, I want to buy because you simply cannot wait. You know, you simply just cannot wait. If you wanna do all this, if you say like, well, I'm in love with this company and I love to buy a weakness, you buy shares first, not an option. You never pick a bottoms and tops with an options. It's just not the way to do it. You can do shares. You have shares. Like what I did yesterday, what cost me like $5,000, which is fine, about 25 shares, right? If the price can move from here to here, so I make money on those 25 shares, fine. But that still doesn't turn the swing up, even on a day or two bounce. That's one thing. Second thing is this. Let's say for the next 2 days, next week, it triggers a buy signal. If it does that, then I could see like, okay, does the swing turn up? Or if the swing will turn up on a daily, but the weekly is still gonna be down for another 3 more weeks. Basically right now, it needs 3 weeks of a higher bar for the swing to turn back up. Okay, so let's count this. So we're mid of the month, right? So take 2 more weeks. That's the end of the month. You need 3 weeks. That puts you out at where? First September, the first week of September, the November, for this weekly swing to turn up. This close yesterday was not what I was. This is not good. That's one thing. Second thing is this one is going to take 3 days. This is going to take 3 weeks. You see, the price gotta has to right now. It's the all week is just fighting this 200, as you can see with these wicks back and forth. It's a good company. It's a great company. We all know Amazon is not going anywhere. So weakness is definitely something to consider. So it's better off started off with shares. If it flip the swing up, if I get a green arrow right there somewhere on one of these bars, right? That gonna trigger the buy signal. That will be an early entry. And then after that, if it aligns with something here, yeah, then I can just open up an option position, open up a spread, you know? So it got work to do. The only catalyst for this stock for make a sharp reversal higher is on a strong earnings. I mean, this swing can rip all the way back up here pretty fast over a one single bar. If it has a bar like this down, it could have a pretty high bar as well, but only if they're gonna report very strong earnings. So so right now, by looking at these, I don't think this is going anywhere until I report earnings in the following week. So it's a very weak buy right now, you know? So it's better off go with shares. You don't have to fight time. If you really don't want to hold it, you can always close it for next pop if it's gonna come. But buying and holding it, and then you taking a full size position, and then the following week they're gonna report earnings, so you're comfortable carrying the full risk on a position, well, that's up to you to decide. I wouldn't do it. They have no idea which way the swing is going to go anyway. So it's somewhere. I mean, look it up on. It's gonna be. Well, it's not next week. Definitely not on the calendar. They have them here, I believe. Let me see this guy. I think he did it for the whole month. Here. So Amazon didn't confirm. So this is done. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we ended here. So we're gonna go up to this. Meta comes on the 29th. Microsoft Alphabet. Oh, whoa. That's gonna be a hell of a day. That's gonna be a day right here. October 30th. So it means they haven't confirmed yet. So there was gonna be a 30th. So he doesn't have that yet because you see we're missing Amazon here. Yeah, so we'll wait. We'll wait and see. Might something come on Monday and Tuesday or so. So when they will confirm. So yeah, this is the last. Oh, the Apple is going to be the last day of the month. No, last day of the month is 31st. Yeah, this the following week is where the most of the action is. This is gonna be a hell of a day. Oof, especially this company. And then the next day is Apple right there. They're the one that's gonna move the market. Got Meta here, Alphabet. So we're gonna go through Netflix, Tesla next week until Friday. Yeah, the following week is where we're gonna have everything. Booking. Electronic service now here. Boeing here, Chipotle. Just it might get a dead cat bounce. Eli Lilly, that's the big one for healthcare. Chevron. Yeah, Friday earnings are the most terrible or horrible. Midweek, United Healthcare is right here. Yeah, then it's kind of AMD, Spotify, Robinhood, AppLovin. Yeah. Yeah, Amazon hasn't confirmed yet. So we'll wait Monday and Tuesday next week. They'll confirm the earnings. It's not gonna be too far away. It's always gonna somewhere around here, So Nvidia is always gonna be the last one. I know that for sure. As one, all the earnings are gonna be pretty much done. Nvidia is gonna be the last one to report. And then as soon Nvidia gets done, that's when all the retailer comes. So, and Trump is talking about changing that thing into a 6 months, which is good. I like it, to be honest. I hate earnings season. It limit your purchase like to what to buy, one thing. And second thing is this, that anything that you end up buying on Monday and then the following week the company is gonna report earnings, and then you trying to open up a size and then you have an earning risk. You know, it just kind of caps you. And then if the stock has upcoming earnings, those stocks really don't move much, you know, because they're waiting for earnings. And then on the day of earnings, if the stock is opened up higher and is going crazy, and that's never a good sign. I just ignore those stocks. If it's on the day of earnings before the bell and the stock is already has made quite a bit of a move, yeah, that thing is almost all fully priced in. Is all done. There's nothing to chase there. So when you have a completed ATR move with a DTR, and then at the same time you're looking at it as like, okay, the expected move is 10, stock is already up 8 points for the day. What is left here? So you basically technically looking for what, like almost a two-standard deviation move. It can happen, but chances are very, very slim. So, I mean, on the day of earning, stock just has to wait and just wait for his turn. And a little bit of a movement, not too much. So it's weak. I mean, like if you want to know like which swings are up, these are the ones that are up right now. you know so there's quite a bit. This is the 100 list. That's what I follow every day. So these are all the stocks that are up right now on the direction of the swing. Like this low right there, you see, is trying to curve out. This one worked really good. This one failed. um Johnson ISRG, this swing is up. So they have earnings coming here. Oops, they have an earnings coming here on, I believe I just saw it, on Tuesday after the close. So this is an ISRG right there. That swing just turned up, I believe, yesterday. So it's, oh, that's your pivot right here. It held it, as you can see, the red line. The swing has turned up on this one. I mean, the upside bet would be, to take out this swing high here. You have a lower low. That's the best. Your upside bet is 453. Okay, you want to break this 78.6. You got a 50 moving average sitting here. Previous swing high 460. So, I mean, on a bullish side, to the upside bet would be 450, 460 spread. Hit that, so that would be the bullish bet. I mean, is it worth to make a bullish bet? Yeah, I mean, technically the swing is up. That doesn't mean if it reverses, well, that's where we're gonna be wrong. And again, you're just gambling. Okay, there's no technical perfect picture that I would give you. I can give you levels, but nobody can predict these directions, which way it's gonna go. It could open up here and it can just rip right back up. You just don't know. You simply don't know. Swings at the earnings are just very hard to predict. Just CRM ended up with the doji candle. It's so range bound. Look at the pop right there. Got hit with a sell signal down yesterday. It's just Costco has an up signal here, but Costco is flat for the year as well. Got a move here, and Costco got that pullback. You see, just rejecting. The same thing I told you so many times. You're gonna break this 50 and a 200, and you're gonna spend that much time to the downside. Finally put a floor. Make your way up. You're gonna hit that wall. You're not gonna slice through it like this. Always like this. You see right there, this day right there on October 15, higher close with this huge wick gives you a pretty good, like, green light, right? Like, oh, here we go. We finally closed above 50 and 200. After all of these weeks, it finally made its way back up. And we should buy it. Look what happened. See the size of this reversal? Never ever think that one single day close after this much time that you're going back to the moon. Uh-uh. You need until you see breakouts and these to break the wall. You pay attention when I show you something. You gotta make sure first the whole body of the candle open and close, and it trades above those two lines. That's your sign number one. Second is whatever this day was, you have to watch that volume. I don't have volume here, but I have volume on the other side. You have to watch the volume of that bar compared to the other ones. That's going to be a first sign. Close above on a higher swing based off that volume. You need to know there are enough buyers, okay, on that particular day for that break. And when the swing is up, and then what you try to do is you try to target this high right there first. Not all the way back there anywhere close. This high right there first. So when this close gonna happen, this is gonna be a first target to the upside. And then you take the one after the above it. So that's you just stack them up for the continuation to the upside. And breakouts are very tricky. And never ever expect one single day down close. Oh yeah, this is it. No. You have to see how many days it's been here to the downside, and then from there one finally made its way back up. Okay, just always pay attention to these things. Learn how to read a chart. Don't just chase prices all day long. We have directions, we have signals, we have moving average, we have volume, we have weave up, we have supply, we have a demand, we have everything. We have rotation, we have the full system, full package, is working. So I'm just to the point is like I only like after an hour, hour and a half when the market kind of settles and cools off, all I do is just run scans, you know. Whichever stock is doing whatever it is, that's fine. But I need to find where the stock is moving on the rotation first. Then I just look for a buy signal. What I could buy. I could buy anything, whatever it shows up on a scan. But to stock is like, oh, I want to buy this one. It's just like for the XOM. Look what this stock is. Like 200 pounds. 200 retest bounce, 200 pounds. You see, it's fighting that 200 pack over for like what, 3, 4 all week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It's just you have 50 here, you have 100 here. Just sandwich trade. That's what I call them, back and forth. So this thing is looking pretty little veggie right here. Where's my line? This. This is something to watch. Well, the swing is down anyway, so I mean, if it could take one more leg down as well, but this is something to keep an eye on. I don't know where the rotation is, but RSI doesn't look bad. It's neutral. It has a go signal right here. Had a go signal here. So the go signal here in the weekly as well. A lot of hopes here for XOM. But the energy is not doing good, I know, because I looked at him yesterday. XOM follows XLE. Yeah, you see, it has that sell signal here as well. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. You see, same thing here. You see the 50 and 200. See negative sentiment. Energy is down under pressure. Flat for the year, 0.37. For the quarter, down 3.76. It's just okay. So how many days has been right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's been 6 days now that you had an official close below the 200. You see the price came back, retest, failed again. This is a tough one to, once you're gonna break that, it takes time. It's gonna has to push down, stays down for some time, and then from there it finally make its way up and it's gonna hit the wall. You're gonna have several rejections there before it's gonna have the continuation to the upside that you could see like, okay, thing is just gonna make its way back up. What I like about Amazon, because it's a higher player, could bounce. See the XLY. This is the reason that I bought shares for now. I mean, I'm hoping that Amazon will turn around. Okay, because this sector is showed me the green light yesterday. So in this case right here, remember, Amazon is the largest, the most weighted stock for the XLY for consumer discretionary. Tesla is second. Okay. There was a very good volume yesterday as well, more than an average. Okay. So I know that Amazon didn't have anything yet. We talked about it, but he's the biggest player. So if the sector is starting to turn, it's gonna help Amazon, or Amazon is gonna probably gonna do something. Okay. So we'll see. So I watch a lot of things. So this is what we're gonna watch. Okay. We're gonna take the initial swing low, connect it to this low, draw a parallel line projected from this lower high swing, and leave it like this. We have a buy signal here, stop loss at 229 to this low, which was the 14th low. Now we're looking for is a breakout. Now in this case right here, you had a 50 here, 200 is sitting way down here, right? So we've defined our risk, and we're willing to see like, okay, well, we have a buy signal, swing is up, okay? RRG is starting to form a hook as well. So we can look it up here. Where's my sector here? Here's your XLY, right? So these are the things we're looking for. We're connecting dots. Have a rotation here, buy signal there, stop loss there, swing is up. Is it a good bet to make? Of course it is. Okay. So now keep in mind, like this stock is gonna have a lot of other stocks as well, like Home Depot, Lowe's, Tesla, Amazon, Booking.com, all these are McDonald's, all these stocks and this. Okay. So is up 4.5%. So if it's hold, if it doesn't makes a lower low, we need to hold this low, okay, of the 14th, which was last Tuesday low. This is the Tuesday low right here. So we're just looking for this breakout to happen along with the rotation. Okay, so that's why I picked up just the shares for now on Amazon being the most weighted stock on the XLY. And then if it improves, and then we'll throw an option trade on it. But I'm not gonna take a start with options. Hell no. Not just I don't wanna fight a downswing. I know how difficult it is, you know, try to ride that thing to the upside without any kind of a confirmation. Just just simply wait. That's all it is.
Mo,
Yeah.
isn't Tesla doing the job for XLY? Because there's a
Could
lot.
be.
I saw a lot of bullish flows coming in for Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla here is been choppy, kind of sideways. It has a sell signal with the stops at the high at 470, as you can see. I haven't traded this one, except for just shares that I have for over 2 years now. Um, which again, I mean, we're gonna open something on Monday. I mean, Wednesday they report earnings. So are we looking for a push back above 470, or are we just gonna revisit down here to 400? So it's basically right in that center line right there, to the. So we'll see. I mean, it all depends on earnings. Tesla has never been a very huge earning. It never moves when they report earnings. It's all goes stock moves when they start the conference call. So they're just waiting for him, and then that's when the actual stock moves after several hours. When once he's gonna be done with this conference call. Yeah, on as soon as they release their numbers, stock hardly ever moves, which we all know that. So it's a conference call stock. So the XLY, this has been the second most weighted stock of an XLY. So if Tesla will move, will give us that XLY breakout. So that is the if we are just to draw a channel or something. I mean, I'd be way more comfortable by not that high because the swing turned from here like this. You gotta have to know, right, like this. You have to look where the swing turned direction. So that's the first initial low swing, and that's the lower high. That's the lower low, right? So looks it's just, I mean, technically speaking, looks like a bullish wedge. Okay, what a breakout. So if we would take this to this, I mean, now this one has a buy. That one doesn't have a buy. It has a sell. Amazon has a sell. It's just Booking.com has a sell. This dog got killed recently. Down only 2% now. This is the XLY stock as well. You see, closed below the 200. This close was 1, 2. This is the third. Got the bounce yesterday. I mean, this thing is moved wild. 117 points yesterday. That little bounce right there. But again, it's weak, right? Because it's been chopping around and just been declining ever since from this day. Actually, from this day, the next day, 827. So yeah, there's no buy here. This thing is so difficult to buy with. It's just such a widespread stock. It just doesn't have The only thing is just, I don't know. I mean, like, see, healthcare, utilities way up there. You got XLP is the one that I'm getting really interested in. I mean, I have them. So this is, I like this one. Materials, okay. Real estate is starting to show some signs. Financials got that reversal right there. Um, this is the one that I would, two sectors that right now think we should be focused on. Okay, it's these two. In these two, the top ones are Tesla and Amazon, and we have Meta, Google, and Netflix. Okay, so that, well, we have other names as well, but these are the two sectors, the early mover. We want to catch the early move. We want to be the first one. Okay, we don't want to be here. Because a lot of that move already gets done by the time the rotation is going to move that far. You want to be the early ones before, before the crowd. We're buying low and we're selling high. We're not buying high. It doesn't work that way. Want to buy low. The price is rotation has been weakening and price has been falling and swings are down and now you're getting a buy signal and rotation starting to improve. You want to be the first one, in the trade. So, nah, nothing here. Yeah, McDonald got a bit of a move from here. McDonald made a move higher since 13. Yeah, this week McDonald had a good week, 3.73%. Oh, it's just a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, it's just some names are Target looks okay now. Starting to show some, so we can do this. 86.35. Let's see if this low holds. See, again, it's gonna fight the 50 first. They got a 200 sitting up here. Is a lot of work to do. You know, it's just UPS showing up signs. Bag has just been chopping around. Got a double bottom at 82. So now at 86. Same thing. You see 50 here. So first it has to fight the 50 and look at 200 at 100. Look how much room this one has. It's just gonna take a lot of time. Disney, I'm watching. The same thing is fighting the 200. Back and forth, back and forth. Like 2, 3 days. I'm keeping an eye on this one as well. I haven't traded this in a long time. I think last time we did a trade on it was those shares last year, and I bought those shares on them. Yeah, I haven't traded that one ever since. Coke has an earnings coming. Well, it closed above 200 yesterday. So the Warren Buffett stock. Merck, sell. Microsoft, I have a sell here as well. It looks like, I mean, Microsoft can work his way up, you know? You see this whole thing. I mean, it's just I don't know if it's already working, you know? I mean, if we have the initial first leg down, if this looks like some sort of a bearish flag, I mean, it is. If you take a sell signal with with this flag, it's it's basically confirmed, right? So you got a signal here along with the bearish, a wedge. I mean, it could give the measured move to the downside. So that would be a whatever you want to put it, A, B, and a C. So unless it's a little tricky right now. I'm watching this. Didn't really do much. Microsoft is just last 5 days because of the inside week. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just been sideways. And it ended
It's
um,
it's sideways since July. It's gone nowhere.
it got an initial dip here, right? Now, if you look at the overall pattern of this stock, it's making a very nice round bottom. Okay. So if we make a case here for a bullish case, okay, you make a round bottom and you can make something like this. Okay, this is your bullish pattern. So in this case, right, if this is the case, you gotta take this low, project it from this high, and then for the breakout, you measure the same distance back to the upside. Okay, so that's how your cup and handle pattern works. I cannot make a case for that yet. Why? Because of this, right? So there's no point for you to look to the upside when you have a sell signal sitting in your head. And it has a downswing as well, right? So the Microsoft is, see, has a downswing as well. So when you trying to make those bullish cases, you need further confirmation, right? So as long as the swing is down, as long as it has a sell signal, you make a bear case. If the swing flips, it gives you the buy signal, then you make a cup and handle pattern. At least this way you know which direction to look at. But if you're doing an opposite work, well, that's just how you're gonna make that thing work, right? You were the same thing we just talked about. We're fighting a downswing. You gotta, you know, thing we gotta focus on is where is the direction? If the direction is down, there is nothing to look to the upside. You're just completely wasting your time. Just trade in a direction. Now, I was looking at this yesterday. Now we go here. So yesterday, because it's based on last bar, I can scan and see how many stocks in the S&P 500 as of yesterday that turned direction to the upside, meaning the swing turned up. These stocks. So there were 23 stocks yesterday turned direction to the upside. Okay, which one are those? They're all here. So we can open this. So we can just throw 3 bar here, turn that thing into a candle. We can see better. See, direction of the stock is up. There you go. So these are the ones that turned up yesterday. So you have your low and you have your clear confirmation for a swing that just turned up. This one's another one turned up, that whatever this ball is. CL turned up yesterday, a Colgate. You see, 4 days. Wait, this is the inside day right there. But this is all only 23 stocks out of 500 turned up yesterday. Okay. See, this is the power of scripting that I do. We filter all day. We need to pick the good horse. We don't want a weak horse. We need a good one. Like whatever it is. Decker took a lot of beating, as you can see, for 17 days. So it's been only 3 days now. So this stock, these are some of these stocks that can play a counter trend move, a small ones. You know, so you have Dexcom, but you see how choppy it is. The swing turn up here as well, but it rejected. So what would be the upside for this is this area. So you gotta draw this high and this high. So it has to break this shelf to make a room to the upside. So that's the bet that you're willing to make. So at least if you're going to make a bet here, you can make a bet to the upside. Why? Because the direction of the swing is up. So these are the early buys that you can make. Well, how much is gonna go? Well, nobody knows that. But at least the direction is up, right? This one turned up yesterday, whatever is logic. Honey turned around. It has earning coming next week, anyways. Intel went back up yesterday. See the swing turned right back up. It needs to hold this low now. Okay. ISRG turned up yesterday. So you got 3 bars to the upside. So we just talked about it. I mean, these are the only stocks. I don't even know some of the SW is some semi name, whatever. Verizon just took a lot of beating. This stock. 18 days it was down. WSD. This is the one to buy right here. ZBH. This is a good buy for next week. The swing just turned up yesterday. Okay. So I own this stock at 102. I'm almost a break even now. Um, is this thing is gonna go. So yesterday the swing turned back up again. You see the little green line pops right there. So the rotation, I believe it looks good as well. So let's see what we can do on ZBH. First, we need to put 50 and a 200. There you go. Okay, so that's a good sign. We got to close above 200. That's good. Second, let's put a channel. There you go. So that's your channel right there. Now, let's see if we could measure a swing move. Take this swing low to this projected from here to see where would be our upside. Take this low to this. There you go. So the swing is up. Good. Let's see. There you go. Got a buy signal here as well against 94.61 stops, which is this low. So this is the same. So we can just do it here. So we could take that one off. Yeah, we can just measure this one from here to here. Yeah, 112 right there. So in this case right there, you see got a real nice push here. Sentiment is turning green. Really nice volume yesterday as well. Okay. So there was a lot of buyers in this name yesterday. Pushed the stock up. It's breaking out. Swing just turned up yesterday. Got a buy signal, which is an early buy signal. Then the swing direction got confirmed as of yesterday. Stop loss 94.61. Okay. To the Tuesday low. And you're looking for the continuation to the upside. So the upside would be 103, 106, 1. So now if we just simply take a measured move, so from distance travel from this low to this high, projected from this low, 100% measured move is at 112. That's a quite a bit of room from here to here. Unless if it goes, it goes. It could even extend further. We don't know that. But just to um, ATR is only 2.35. Yesterday was a 129% move based on a DTR. But just, slowly grind to the upside. And then in the coming weeks, I think is the way to go. This is a good buy right here. So I've been kind of like chopping around on this position for some time, back and forth, back and forth. I was like, whatever. Because the wave count on this one is in a higher degree fourth wave, and I know that it takes forever to complete. So it's better to just hang on to the shares and just let that thing work. The same thing with the NUE as well. NUE. Yeah. The steel company. Yes, and a larger degree fourth wave, which we all know that is going to torture the hell out of you before it's going to work its way up. So it takes time. So it's better to just buy a couple shares and just write that one up. I have 75 shares in this one. ZBH at 102. It's my cost. I'm almost at break even now, so yeah, we can make 1,000 plus or something on a trade if it moves. So it's fine. Um, so these are the ones that turned up yesterday, and how many of them went down? We can do that as well. I'll flip the script. There you go. So we have 8 stocks turn their direction to the downside. These ones right there. So now every one of them is going to have a downswing. Think of this GEV. So now this way, at the close, as soon as the market, like the session ends, I can run a scan to know exactly which stock direction turned down and which stock direction turned up. That's the way to trade. Okay, so we just stay in a direction. We'll know exactly. Oh boy, we will know exactly when where the direction is. So if you have a turn the down direction like this, that's it. I'm not gonna entertain anything to the upside. Screw it, or don't even trade them. I mean, we can look at the RRGs and things like this. We'll see. Most of them are gonna be. You can do it. It's gonna be weakening anyways. See, they're all over the place. See, they're all losing. So all these swings at O'Reilly as well. All of them. Oh, they split the stock. Huh. Remember O'Reilly used to be $1,000 stock? Did they split it? I didn't even know. Yeah, it's a 101 stock now. Did they do I didn't look at these. AutoZone? No, that one is still at 4,000. Yeah, they gotta cut this sucker down as well. Wow, they split. It used to be $1,000 stock. I know that for sure. Now it's $100 stock. These are good defensive plays. Very good defensive plays. auto sector. Some wild panic in the market or something. Yeah, these are steady stocks. Uh, See, we can just do this. And now we can do based on a week as well, because in our last part, let's say how many weekly turn. Ooh, that turn up this week. So we have 17 of them. So these are the ones AMZN turned up to the weekly. So these swings turn up again. So we got AMZN. Damn, this stock is ripping. EIX. This thing has such a massive beat. GILD. How this stock is 52 weeks high in a new high. GNRC. I'm in such an idiot, man. Just missed this trade. Swear to God. Just, ugh. I looked at this stock after the bell. It just, sometimes I miss trades. It's kind of, it hurts. It's just, I find them when I run these scans and I do write them, and then the session opens and I'm just gonna end up watching something else and just doesn't, sometimes I just don't pay attention to it. And because I know the stock had made a move. Because it, yeah, right there. You see, got the buy signal, got a big pop. Be a nice run. This is what I want to try to catch. You see?
A GNRC is a hurricane stock, and hurricane.
Yeah. It's just remember. I mean, it pops up on a scanner.
Yeah,
So
and
anything
also,
scans, this is what I'm interested in. Yep, I just because I'm filtering everything, what I wanted to look at. I mean, that's a Coke right there. It's a weekly time frame. That's Kroger. PNW. This is a beast right there. That was a good trade. This one, PSA. Look at that double buy signals here as well. So this swing just turned up this week. So you don't have to go back anywhere. All you have to take is just the current swing to this low, not this low or anywhere else. This just this low. All you gotta take this swing where the swing just turned direction, and then you just project the upside. So these stocks has potential. Any dip on these stocks, okay, based on a weekly time frame, okay, it should recover. Well, we've gotta punish those earnings. Google made a new high. Um, but any pullback, okay, on this stock above this, is this still a buy? I'm gonna see if I could buy this stock. Stock is breaking up. So we can, I don't know where it stops here. So any pullback here should be able to target this 203 high. And then from there, we can project more upside. So how many turn down? Yeah, this week. Ay, ay, ay. See, Amazon just turned down. Oh man, this is not good. That's what I'm saying. Just I didn't like that close. Should have just closed that trade on Monday. Just it's not a good buy for sure. Yeah, it's a fresh one. Once the swing turns down, it's not gonna instantly go right back up because it took 3 weeks of. Oh, yeah. Well, it made a new low, of course. It'll take a while. So we got a week here. Although we had a new low, this is down, this is down, all state is down. This is not good. We'll see. I mean, we have the 200. We'll see how the Monday and Tuesday session goes. Get a bit of a pop from here, but yes, on a weekly time frame, man. Once this thing is, we already looked at them before there earlier. We're looking at daily and weekly. Both swings are down now, anyways, on Amazon. That's just not good. This is absolutely not good. This just is clearly means there's more weaknesses coming in coming weeks after any bounce. So a counter trend move was short one for the session or two. Well, we can always try to find it in a smaller time frame. Charter, Conoco, I don't know, fast, whatever it is. This one, oh boy, this one took some beating right there. JP Morgan Chase, are you serious? Wow. Goldman Sachs, 3 weeks to the downside. JP Morgan, 3 weeks. This was the outside bar. See, but not gonna have any buy, just to sell. Oh, there you go. And these are these are nasty signals on the weekly time frame. Look at this one. Monaco Phillip. Amazon is already up there. The last one was here. So this one down for 3 weeks, rip right back up. That was a shot. See if this can match this. I don't know. It's just I have to see. I don't I don't like this close yesterday. If you ask me, this is not good. Full week below this green band. Uh, no. You see, at least this one, the swing turned down as well, but you see they're trying to just want to clear through it, but plus with the crossover as well. See, band is turning red. Yeah, downswing, and you see like some of it just doesn't. It could bounce. I mean, if you look at this initial move, look, this one looks like a three-way bounce, but it's going to take time. You can measure this one. Look at that, almost 100%. So MOS, I don't even know what is that. So I traded this one, P-card, that's oh boy. This trucking, the whatever trucking business. What's this guy's name? Scotty. Scotty, his wife works for this company. He owns some of those employee shares of this company. We traded that one, I think, a couple months ago. Remember? This I don't know how to pronounce. I think it's Pacar Incorporated. RCL, Royal Caribbean. See, these are Uber. Oh boy, Uber got hit with a sell signal as well 3 weeks ago, right at that peak to 91. This one is down. Wind is down. XOM is kind of fighting. You see, has a sell signal as well 3 weeks ago. And these are nasty sell signals. Let me see if anything triggers here.
Uber is cheap. It trades at a 15 PE. It's pretty interesting for, being in the tech space.
Mm, it's the only one, it's the highest, the most weighted stock of Dow Transport. Well, there's two sell signals on a weekly time frame. One is this one, another one is Monster. So there was only two triggered on the S&P as of yesterday weekly close. Okay, so we can do a buy here for the week. There's three new buy signals. AKM, Bro, IT, OKE. I mean, it's a real estate. This one we might do it. Real estate right there. WYC. The reason because I saw the rotation. This is might something I might consider for sure. Because real estate, the rotation is starting to improve. This move is a corrective move against this, right? It's a $23 stock. Hang on, I need swings. Okay. Jeez, this thing has been down forever, all year, I guess, since 2022 high. Not a very big mover, that's for sure. We're at 20, we're the end of 25 now. This is April 29 of 2022. I don't know where the hell to put this one. From this high, the first initial swing is here, not the other ones. So, let me see. Okay. First, we need to know the direction of the swing. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to fight. This one did put the low in the next 2 weeks and got the move. This one, same thing, whipsaw. Yeah, it's going to be a trick. This one's going to be a tricky one. This one got a whipsaw as well. The only reason I mentioned this is because of this. You see this real estate right there? It's trying to move. So that's why I just mentioned it's like that this real estate name, but it looks this not a very good history of. Plus, it made a lower low yesterday. Jeez. That's a tough one to call about them especially on a downswing to play the upside. Mm. Um, yeah, I just gotta. Oh, if you want to do this, you can. I mean, 74 stocks are trading above this. Okay, we're gonna go through our rotation first. Going to this. Wow, not a lot. Only only four names. VTR, STE, Home Depot, and Live Nation. Not a lot. This one will pull up more. That's the 150. Let's see.
Mo, could
Mhm.
I make a request that we go through Meta? I remember you post a double weekly inside bar.
Yeah, that's a compression bar. We
And
have a
and the rotation looks good on it.
yeah. So that is where the hell is Meta? I saw it. Come on, where is it? I just saw it.
You know, if
Here.
the market's gonna go back up,
Oh no, it's not a doji. No, no,
no,
it ended up closing higher yesterday. So no, it was. Remember, I took a snapshot.
yeah.
Yeah, not even though another the close was a little bit higher. So
But it still shows strength, like it's
correct.
so.
I'm holding a trade. You have a trade open, right? Well, long. We're long. Yeah, 730, 740.
Yeah.
So we're long 21. So meta looks good. The rotation looks just you see right there. It just closed the inside week, and you know how inside week trades. It just gotta sit back. You don't add anything to your positions, and you're not trying to force anything either. Insides are just a choppy weeks. Let me see here.
So the thing was that it was going to be a double doji week, but it's still a double inside week, correct? So
No,
no?
no,
Okay.
this is a low.
Yeah.
That was, but the previous week was the low, but it ended the week with a doji. Okay, so what it says made a new low. Remember, it's from 710. The low was 690.
Okay, so
But
just a single inside week.
correct. So
Yeah.
this one is just the inside week
Yeah.
after that doji. So it's been
Yeah.
kind of, staying because
So
we
if we get
every
another
day.
inside week next week, that would be really interesting.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That's going to be a really tight compression bar. So
Yeah. Which might they report I think they report end of October last week.
correct. The
And
Meta, Google,
they're
and Microsoft, they all report the same day.
oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun. I think on the 29th, I believe. Yeah, 29th.
Oh, so if we remember last earnings, Meta blew it out and they
Oh
had
yeah,
that crazy bar.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So we're gonna have three of those. That's gonna be a fun after the close session. Especially the Microsoft. Oh man, that sucker is gonna move all of these cloud names as well. All these software names, they all move like Snow and all the other ones. I'm actually getting interested back in the Zebra. I looked at them yesterday because this is a mid-cap stock. They got a buy signal triggered here. This I've had we traded this one last year, for a long had a pretty big run. I'm getting interested back again in this stock. Okay. This is a great pullback to start something new. Um, there is absolutely nothing bearish about this stock from 205 to 352. Okay. This is a clear 5 waves up. Okay. I know it has a subdivision here, but I can just manually show you this way. So you got a wave one, two, three, triangle four, okay, and five. So you have a five completed wave. It doesn't matter what you want to put here. And then this thing right there is the choppiness right there of the B wave. This thing is gonna go. Okay, I might um thinking about I don't know. It's not a cheap stock either. It's a $293 here. Last time I did shares on them, That was somewhere around here, I believe. We've had it was a pretty nice trade. Rode all the way back up. This is a very, now if we take the retracement, I looked at them yesterday because I do those, we can do a 50 here. Is that right there? You see, it's a 50% retracement of this entire run. Worst case, it can come back down to 32, whatever, here, you know. But I'm willing to take a shot at this one to see because it has been a very long time, okay, since this sell signal, uh, this buy signal triggered after this. So it's a very long time, okay? It's been over a month. So it's still gonna be a little bit wide. Is it the low? This bar was just so damn big. So we need to hold this low right there, 277. I don't know, I might do a one, two, three. Oops, so about vertical spread. Now I've got a wall here. That's another challenge. I mean, right here, you got a 5200 sitting right there. But got resistance here. Jeez, just this got some serious wood to chop. So at 300, okay. So you have a resistance here at that 300. Then the 50 is at 305, 200 at 311. Neutral RSI right now. I would say it's not gonna give much. 300, still gotta fight this. I know it's gonna reject, one, two times. Because it hasn't even tested it yet. It's since here, since 923, and no, right here. Which was last month on a third. That it tested the 50, but here came close, didn't really poke it. So it's been a while, but it's trying to make its way up. It's gonna hit that wall. 305, 293, 305. Yeah, 300 is the bet is to make on this stock. The high is at 352. I don't know. Should buy shares. Swing is up as well. Got a buy signal. Let me see what I didn't even look at the rotation. See what the rotation looks like. Oh, a slight tilt to it yesterday. That's not good. Okay, let me just watch this thing on Monday, see how it works. Looking pretty damn promising. That's what the buy signal triggered there as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in this one again. It's a good company. It's based right here off Illinois as well. Right by not by me, but it's like a little over an hour drive from where I live. That's where they have their headquarters. Um, so for me, it's like a local based company. Yeah, this is the one to watch. This is a beating. I'm watching this one. Octa is just it's a tough one. It's up 10% for the year, but imagine this. Ugh. Look at this price action. It's crazy. Yeah, snow god is pulling back now. I looked at that one the other day as well. But last few days been cooling off. This one, man, it just skip that one. This was a very. It showed up on a scanner. It just. I hate it sometimes. I miss out on trades. It's just not everything is gonna have my name on it. So let me see. So if you, okay, let's do this. These are the stocks. Okay, you want to do little. Stay away from it right now. This. Oh, there are a couple more back here. These names. As include NVIDIA as well. For some reason, I mean, because it's rotating out. And these names are pretty much everything. Every one of them is going to have a sell signal. See, ETN, we already looked at them before. Yeah, see, it's just chopping around. It's going to be, see, like how it's chopping around because it's too close to this benchmark. So it doesn't have much momentum. So meaning that stock is just willing to weak, but it's just not giving back much. Now if you look at some of these other names, look at that PFE, see, sell signal here took a much bigger dive. 'Cause these ones have much more, this is further away. AbbVie is another one. So you got a sell signal here. And it's gonna be confirmed, most of them anyway, so MU. This sucker is gonna take. It's gonna take a bigger hit. Didn't get it yet. It did not get it yet. 140. That's a big move. Marvel. Yeah, I don't, because I run these scans every day as well to kind of see if any other names and stuff. You see, like, I mean, some of them are you can do a call credit spread. I've done a few of them. Just you can use the same stop loss and just sell something here and buy up something up on the top. So just receive a credit, let that thing stays down for a week and two, and that's your trade. GD and stuff like these are. See, you got a sell signal here is weakening. It's just gonna confirm because it's the way the rotation works. So these are the names you just gotta stay away. These are the ones we are interested. Go into the upside. Basically, these are the early moves. Now some of them are moves that are already done. As wow, that's 104 stocks because I'm running a big scan. Filter this thing down to 200. Too much stocks. Yeah, 42 of them. Now this one right there is the early mover. Okay, these names. Okay, now these names right there are the very early players. Now the other one that we're gonna look at them here, it will include these names as well, plus the some of them has some move which is. done. You see, it has already made its way out. There's few of them. I'm looking at this as well. This has taken a lot of beating as well. This is making a very wide rotation. As a matter of fact, I looked at it yesterday as a buy signal here at 144 stops. You know, 165, 155, 151, 165, 194. I would I wouldn't. I might. This one has the swing is up on this one as well. Okay. So what we can do to play a counter trend move. Okay. The swing is up. RRG looks really good because it's taken such a wide turn. So it's gonna have a massive. I mean, if it comes into a play, if it doesn't fade, um, signal is in, swing is up, rotation looks good because of the scanner. This is the one I might pull a trigger on Monday. Do a 150, 160 call spread. That's it. That's the 160 high right here. Set right at 150. Yeah, just do this, and if we can go and poke the 165, that'd be beautiful. You know? Let's see what the measured move is. Yeah, we just use the stops on the bottom. Take this to this high, this low. Yeah, 163. So this is a good bet. Nice, what, 5 point stop loss, you know, just to play this move to the upside. Yeah, I might swing this one, play a counter trend move. Swing is up anyways, so we can make a bet on this one. It's right here. This one is improving. See, low is here. Home Depot. Let me do this. It'd be harder to. Sometimes it's just they're so close. I'd rather just go off with the list. Right, just narrow it like this. Airbnb. This one is still going. Still there. EDI, AMT. AMT is. It's yeah, this swing is up as well. There's another one too. 183 stops. Right now is 191. Oh man, that was a nice pullback yesterday. Shoot. Um, CL, I know this one yesterday. I looked at a Costco is here. No, man, this thing is B. Home Depot already looked at them. Yeah, these are give me this, diapers. This might make a move here. So, yeah, there you go. Huggy, huggy diapers. This swing is up as well. Yeah, these are the fresh buys right here. It depends how many you want to trade. That's the service now is just as a nightmare. This stock, the way it's trading. Look at this. Oh, imagine trade sitting on this trade, man. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. This is over 2 weeks and 2 days. This thing is just back and forth, back and forth. Very range bound. It has that sell signal, very, very painful, choppy little sell signal has been sitting. Meta is already there. Netflix is there now. PG. And these are all looking promising. Starbucks get a bounce. This guy just well, we not one of the guys sent me a DM to look at Starbucks. I did, and Look at that. This thing has been going for lately. It says these are where the rotation confirms signals. We have momentum. We're looking for alpha. We got the buy signal, and we have a direction of the swing is up. These are the trades, not anything else. If it's anything else is gonna meet all these conditions, it's gonna show up here. So we just need to hunt for trades here. One or two, that's good. I'm not gonna trade all of them. How much risk it is. Like just two, three bets, I think, to make out of what 20, I don't know how many are there. 42 stocks. Just I think three stocks is good for 1 week, don't you think so? Well, I know some of them will trade 10, 15 of them, but not me. I'm just trying to see like try to trade something like a big company. Dr. This Coke got earnings, McDonald's, Service Now, PGPM, Starbucks. Team, we already looked at them. Target is at a buy signal. T-Mobile, we did it. We had a trade. Yeah, it's very damn choppy. That T-Mobile. God, I gotta go through some hell with those, with some of these script to match the signal with the rotation, you know, to change so many of these ratios and some settings just to bring them as close as possible. Just to pick something BSX, something in this is what I do all day. Run scans. I have the buy signal here as well. Get in that wall, 50 and 200, all the way down to 90. GG already did RSG. Yes, so first 42 stocks, that's it. And then we're gonna see what shows up on Monday, and they're all gonna be here because there's still got a room to complete the course, like ADP right there. You see how fun. Let me see this one. Some of them are, yeah, it's moving. This one has a much better relative strength. It's trying to move. Sentiment turning green as well. Yeah, further you gotta go as far as, but that's why I wanna see this one. I might do 150, 160 call spread on this one on team. We'll see how it goes. Broadcom is here. It's choppy, I know. Has that. It has the mean reversion buy signal here with the double bottom here. It's been pretty sideways. All-time high is 374. I think to me, if you would ask me, I think the stock is going to hit 400. So we have our shares. I hope you have them. This 195.94 is my exact cost right here. So we've been trailing. I'm not selling it, I hope. Whatever the pullback come, this is, I mean, if the stock crash or something, that's different, but I don't think you're gonna see this kind of entry anytime soon. That's a huge run for a stock. That was a very good entry. I love this company. You know, I always talk about this company all the time. Broadcom is my favorite company. It's just good. It's up 50% year to date. Yeah, some of these bank name AXP is here, made a big pop here on earnings. Yeah. Wow, look at that. They poked that low with the wick. And oh, because they have the earning, you see right there? They poked that low. The close was here, and that's the earning rip right there. So it had that buy signal on the 15th against the Tuesday low. Yeah, I always gotta watch these pokey lows, you know? I just, yeah, you can't put a hard stop. No, that's gonna be very, very tough. So if it does, the price does come back and retest this low, if it hits with this wick, you're okay. Look, damn, look at the volume here yesterday. And yeah, American Express was on fire. Almost a 7.5% move. Look at this volume. Wow. Earnings, man, gotta catch a move. You can catch a move. Oh, yeah. I think that's it. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so I gotta go as well. I'm going to Chicago. Um, I'm gonna
Mo, can I make one request?
quick.
Can you look at TTT? It's the inverse on a wave count style, it's interest rates in essence. On the long on looking at it on a weekly kind of basis. Looks like you've got five waves off the low and everything
It
since.
doesn't have a signal yet. That's
Yeah,
what.
no, it's not ready yet. But if you look at it, or even on the monthly, like
Yeah, weekly is no.
no. But look at it on a bigger zoom out. Like off the low, off what was it, 2022? It was so directional, right? That's clear five, is it not?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't have any. Yeah, it's still gotta fight this entire move on the way up is yeah.
No, it's not ready. I'm just it's
You look at if you ask me about a five-way move from here, yeah, we can make the case. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know? So if you
and
want
everything's been choppy since. So it's not ready yet. I'm just
correct, yeah, this is
keeping
a
my eyes on it. You know what I mean? And
this
it,
is a mess.
yes, which is just some type of correction.
Yeah, this is since last year of December 29 low. Okay, so this entire year basically hasn't gone anywhere. Just been this is the weekly chart.
Yeah.
So if we go with let me see how much is this thing actually moves. You see, it really doesn't move much on year to year basis. So last year was this, a year before was this. So it just see it's just it's a nightmare, man. Don't try to trade a clean setup. So it's a 20-year treasuries,
Yeah, pretty much you're betting on interest rates going up if you're buying this.
and you betting on this thing to the go up?
Not yet. No, I have no position. I
No, no,
just
I'm just
start.
saying. It's like, what is your thinking? It's like, what do you expect the interest to go up?
Yeah, at some point. At some point, there'll be a second wave.
Oh no, I mean, come on, we're in a cutting cycle.
Yes, but that doesn't, just because we're in a cutting cycle doesn't mean the market can speak differently. I'm not talking next
No,
month.
I know, but you have to understand, you have to look at this where the market is pricing in rate cuts
Good.
this
Let,
cycle that we're in because we don't, I mean, okay, so we went to a phase with inflation that we had a huge raise on rates, right? So we had a huge spike in rates that we just been raising rates ever since because of the high inflation. Fine. Inflation rolled over, right? This late guy still hasn't made a move yet until all the abuse that he's been taking. So now he's willing to slowly cut the rate, but at the same time, he's still confused. Either tariffs and the labor market is just is not weakening enough for him to to cut them. You know, market is up, so because you have to understand that technically rate cuts happens when the market sells off based on some catalyst, whatever the case is. But couple minutes. So just like that's just not the case, you know? So if we already went through of a higher rate cycle and now we're in a cutting cycle, especially you have to look at this way that Trump, is all about cutting rates. So I think it really doesn't make any sense for these for this thing. I mean, I can work on, it's gonna take me some time. I can work on the the time window, but you have to understand one thing though. The rate cuts, the longer trend is down, okay, for these rate cycles. So this rally that we that had, like this move, okay, it can go up here as well, but it's still fighting this overall trend. Okay. So the
I
trend is down,
I agree, but the move off of 2020, off that base, was different than all the prior moves against it.
but you have to keep one thing in mind though. This move that happened,
Yes.
okay, it will be fighting this entire move to the downside. This is they call a risky move. You know, I'm gonna send you a video of a guy. I wish I would have saved that. It's a very interesting and a very good strategy this guy used. And that guy makes millions. I don't know if it's true or not.
Mm.
I'm a technical guy, okay? I study price like to the to the bone, to
Mm.
the whatever you want to call it.
To the
Okay.
penny.
Yeah, I mean, I can hit price targets to the pennies. I've done it thousands and thousands of times. There's nothing new. But this strategy that guy was, I looked him on Instagram, and one time one guy posted on a Twitter as well. He took that snapshot from there. His strategy is so interesting. What he's trying to do. Let me just explain you real quick. Then I'm gonna cut you loose. Let me see. He says like this is the move, right? This is the move. What he's looking for is to trade 50% of this move of from peak to trough. Okay. 50% of this move and 50% of this move.
Mm.
He says the guy says like, okay, all he's looking for is this. Okay. There's there, you look for a 50% retracement of this entire decline, and then you take the low, take this swing, which is a lower high swing, and you take a 50% retracement of this move. Okay, so you have a 50 from peak to trough, 50 from lower high swing. All he's looking for is to trade this move. Okay. So he said, like, okay, the price can tumble, can come down here. Fine. Right. But all he's looking for is this. Now, what can happen is the price can dip down here. It can go back up, but it will be fighting the overall trend. This move right here, from this low to this high, is a risky move, right? So this is what all he's looking for is to trade this piece. Guy's a millionaire trading just this. Take 50% retracement of the first swing, 50. Okay. Basically, what he is doing, he's a seller. He's not a buyer. Okay. He knows the trend is down, right? And then he takes a 50% retracement of this entire swing down. Then he takes the 50% retracement of this swing down. All he's looking to trade is this. He doesn't want to trade this. This is a risky move. He doesn't want to trade this because it is fighting the overall downtrend. That's the one-way trade as well. I can write a certain script that could do all these conditions, meaning it measure the downswing 50%, 50%. That's your trade. This is your trade right there on the pocket shelf. But some
I
of
think
my trades are very choppy because you're trading a corrective move, you know. But
I I
is
think
he willing to catch this kind of a move? Yeah, that's where all your money is made, and you're good to go.
I think the guy who made $127 short in Bitcoin
Mhm.
before Trump announced the China trade tantrum. I think he's doing that strategy now.
Yeah,
After the bottom, he bet on he went long, and then
you don't buy anything here. You don't buy nothing here. Okay, that's not the point. You want to watch. You want to
okay.
hunt for a stock that had put a low, had already came back up to the 50% mark of the entire downtrend. This is where you want to open a short position. You don't trade this. The point is, this is a risky move because it is fighting the overall downtrend. All he's looking for is this move. 50% of this, 50% of this. That's your range. And you're trying to looking to put a short position on, and you're looking for a move lower. And he's trying to capture this move. Price can go up, fine. He's still going to fight the overall trend. Price can push down, obviously, because the trend is down. It's just, again, there's thousand different ways you can trade. I'm just giving it. It was very interesting when I knew it right away what he's talking about because I'm all about fibs. You all guys know that. So I figured out right away as soon as what he was talking about. If I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna post that thing. You can just listen to him. But it's the same thing what he's telling you, what I'm telling you. So nothing new to it. I gotta go. We gotta hop in a train. Gotta go because today on over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Chicago opens up all the government buildings for the open public. So that's what we're going to see. It's the Federal Reserve buildings.
Can you get us some money?
Yeah, they do give you the shredded money there with the pen and stuff. So I'm gonna
Oh,
see if I can get those. So they have Federal Reserve buildings there. Trading floor they did it this year, so this is the one I wanted to see, the Chicago trading board. So I'm
cool.
gonna go there as well. This is the first time they open trading floor to the public for over the weekend. So I'm gonna go there as well. So 12 o'clock we're about to catch a train, get there probably at 1 o'clock. Go there, check out some of those buildings because there's only open for this weekend only. Show it to my son, get some history lesson for him, then stop and have lunch, catch a train back, and that's it. That's the plan. So I gotta run. Okay.
Have a beautiful day. We look forward to seeing your pictures.
Yeah, I'll see. I'm gonna get into a trading floor. That happens. I mean, Monday people's gonna go back to work. So let's see how it looks like because and only employees can go in there. This is the first time they're doing it. So my wife is always into this finding stuff all the time. So let's go, let's go. I was like, okay, let's go. She's like,
Cool.
we're gonna have a lunch over there, this and that. I'm like, okay, sure, we will. All right,
Enjoy.
all right, man.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mo.
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mo.
You're welcome.